Hey everybody, welcome to Testing Strategies with Miss FM. Today I want to talk to you about an important thing to watch out for when you're taking a test, and that's tricky phrases. Tricky phrases are a way that the test writers literally try to trick you by combining a vocabulary word with a word that changes the meaning of that vocabulary word. Let's break it down piece by piece. If we're taking our example test question right here, the first thing I'm going to do before I even read the box is I'm going to read the question. What are some possible effects of the natural disasters described in the excerpt? Well, I know that means that I'm looking for an effect. First thing I'm going to do for my brain work is make a cause box and an effect box. And then I'll read this excerpt to tell me what the causes are we'll be talking about. So if I read this excerpt, I find out that we're talking about disasters. So I know my cause is disasters, and my effect is what I'm looking for. If my cause is disasters, I can assume that my effect is going to be negative. Disasters don't usually have a positive effect. So then I'm going to go to my answers, and I'm going to look for the answer that is also negative. As simple as they seem, smiley faces and frowny faces on your test are a great way to help guide your thinking. So I'm looking for a negative effect. Here's where it gets tricky. Each answer choice has a tricky phrase in it. These phrases, if I'm not paying attention, will cause me to get the answer wrong. A tricky phrase includes two parts, a vocabulary word and a word that modifies it. Let's look at an example that doesn't have to do with world cultures. Let's say my vocabulary word is sadness. I'm talking about how sad I feel today. Well, if somebody walks up to me and says, "How are you doing?" and I say, "Oh, I'm experiencing increasing sadness," well, that's going to be a bad thing. Increasing sadness is going to be a negative, and I would put a frowny face by it. If I said I was experiencing decreasing sadness, that's a positive thing. However, when students see the phrase decreasing sadness on a test, they often look only at the first word. They see the word decreasing and they think, oh, decreasing, that's going to be bad, without taking into account the fact that if I decrease my sadness, overall, my effect is actually good. This is a tricky phrase. Let's look at our example tricky phrases in our question. Decreasing unemployment. If I say, is decreasing unemployment bad or good? Most people will be like, oh, well, that's bad, because they hear the word decreasing and they hear the word unemployment and they think, well, decreasing is bad and unemployment is bad. But you have to be very careful. You're going to take it one step at a time. So you're going to say, just look at the second word, unemployment. Unemployment is bad. That's how many people don't have jobs. So is my bad stuff going up or down? Well, it's decreasing. It's going down. If my bad stuff is going down, that makes this phrase a smiley face. What about shortages of necessities? Necessities are things I need, things I have to have. Shortages, that means I don't have enough. If I don't have enough of what I need, am I going to be happy or sad? Well, I'm going to be sad. What about improved infrastructure? If I have an infrastructure, I have roads, hospitals, schools. And if it's improved, that means they're getting better. So if I have improved infrastructure, that's going to be a good thing. And then declining product costs. Product costs, that's how much something costs to buy. So that pair of shoes I want is going to be $20. And then declining means going down. So now my shoes just got cheaper. That's a good thing. Now that I've identified each answer as either positive or negative, I can go back to my brain work and I can say, look at this. This is negative, and this is the only answer choice that's negative. so B must be the answer. Tricky phrases are very important to keep an eye out for. Look for a vocabulary word paired with a modifying word. Don't be afraid to ask your teacher to help you define some of the words. Declining, shortages, increasing, necessities, those are all words we can help you with on the day of the test. If you'd like some practice with this, take some of these words right here. Pair them together. If you have scant natural resources, is that good or bad? What about abundant natural resources? If my natural resources are increasing, is this positive or negative? Smiley face or frowny face? Use this to help you practice, and your test skills will improve. Thanks for listening.